Hello, you lovely people. Today on Vibe Coding 101, we're going to talk about the world of databases, something called N+1 queries. AI loves to write something that's fairly clear to understand and straightforward. And if you're working with AI to help you build out your database, then when it writes the code on your front-end application that goes and hits the database, it's going to do that in a way that it's not necessarily thinking about what your application looks like when you hit 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 users. Hang on one second. I'm back. It's actually going to do that thinking about your website as you're just building it, or your application as you're just building it, with really just you using it in a dev environment, and then you deploy it to production, but you haven't really promoted this thing yet, so it's only still you using it, right? The thing is, that is not a architecture that scales. Part of what you're doing in your application is at some point you're going to go to hit the database and pull up a list of things. A admin page for you that says, hey, give me a list of all the users. And then there's related data about a user, how many posts they have had. It could be images of their profile pictures, information about the types of posts. Basically what I'm saying is there's related data to more than just username. An N+1 query will go and get the username, but then next it will go get the next bit of related data, and then it will go get it again. Let me explain this in simple terms. Let's say I'm a waiter. Good evening, welcome to my restaurant. Can I take your order, please? I see there's a group of 10 of you. Lovely. What would you like, sir? I'll have the fish and chips, please. Okay, 1 fish and chips. And then waiter goes off to the kitchen to place the order for the fish and chips. Hang on, what about the other 9 people at the table? Well, yeah, the waiter now has come back and gone to the next person. What would you like? Beef bourguignon, please. Brilliant. Off he goes again to the kitchen. Do you see what's happening here? Every time someone makes an order, the waiter goes to the kitchen, comes back and takes the next order of the next person around the table. He's just gone back and forth to the kitchen 10 times. What happens when the food comes out? The food comes out not at the same time because it was sequentially ordered as the waiter went back to the kitchen each time. That is not efficient. You can see that. You'd be so annoyed if you went to a restaurant and that happened. But guess what? It's probably happening in your application when you talk to your database. How can you tell? Well, before you even ask AI, if you were to open up a page that pulls up a list of something from your database, you know that it has to go to the database and get that information on this specific page. Pull up in your web browser the JavaScript console and look at the